Folks, I got two positive updates for you today. I think you're going to be stoked. One on a current Warriors player getting surgery again, twice this offseason. Means he was more hurt than we knew. I know he was out, but this could have been why Brandin Podziemski's postseason was impacted, what he was dealing with. We'll break down the surgery and his expectation to get back to Warriors basketball. Secondly, trade rumors, Lauri Markkanen. Well, last summer, folks, that was the story. This summer, it's not the story because we have Jimmy Butler, and Utah did not get the first pick. They're not getting Cooper Flagg. They need Markkanen. So there's been a story of rumors that he was going to come to the Warriors, betting favorites. We have an update there. A lot to break down on this episode. Warriors Digest, myself, Randy, Silva, Arthur. We give you all the Warriors news, free agency, draft. Been giving you all the draft picks to bring in to test out. Subscribe so you don't miss anything. Let me make sure we're set up correctly. Okay. So let's start the BP news first. Podziemski underwent second surgery of offseason. One surgery is enough. Two, when you're 22 years old, obviously he'll bounce back. He'll be fine. I mean, not obviously, things can happen, but he's young, healthy, fit. Here's the press release from the Warriors. Underwent successful surgery yesterday to repair a core muscle injury. He's expected to make a full recovery and be ready for the start of training camp. Great news. That's obviously September-ish. Podziemski previously underwent successful left wrist debridement surgery on May 27th. Debridement? However you say it. So yes, we see him. He had his tape, like the Jalen Brunson type of thing. We know he was out many times this season. Core and wrist while playing basketball, that's tough. Through this, at 22 years old, again, second season, he still averaged a career high, almost 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3.4 assists, 1 steal a game, playing 27 minutes a game. And when Steph was out, BP was the main point guard. Is that something we can do moving forward? Joe Lacob, last offseason, says he thinks Brandin can be the guy, will be a future All-Star. Brandin, I put out a video a week ago in his interview with, I think it was Up with Kay Adams, says, I want to be an All-Star with or without Steph. You want them to have this type of pedigree. You want them to have that pedigree because that's good. I see the comments, people saying he's full of himself, he'll never get there. What? Do you want your player to be I'll be a bench player, I'll be a role player or whatever? No. You want them to reach for the stars. BP was one of the standouts with the Olympic development team last summer. And this could maybe make sense why, he kind of fell off. At the beginning of the season, BP was not doing good. But then as the injuries came on, he came back. He actually did better, which is interesting. So if you look right here, again, he played 10 less games his rookie year, averaged the same amount of minutes, which is very interesting when you play that, 10 less games. His field goal percentage about the same, 3-point percentage about the same, even with these injuries. Points went up a bit, was necessary. And he takes a bunch of charges, which is great. He's a good defensive player in that sense. Does he stay in front of his player a lot? No, but he does create some turnovers by getting charges. If you look at his volume went up, but his efficiency basically stayed the same, which is a good sign, meaning he's getting better. I think with these injuries now gone, not lingering anymore, this will be good news for BP to get healthy. And folks, I'm very happy about this news. The Warriors are unlikely to pursue Lauri Markkanen. I think this is a no-brainer. I hate when stupid rumors come up, but we have to tell you. I mean, look at his contract, folks. $46 million. Again, he just signed a new contract last offseason. $46 million per year, gets up to $53 million. So for the Warriors to do that at their current roster, that means you have to give up Draymond and Moody. That puts you at $37 million. Plus maybe Kuminga and a sign and trade, Hield, something like that. And again, I know you guys say they never trade Draymond, they never do this or whatever. I understand that. But when you look at the money, folks, this is why I say it. $46 million, you can't just say, trade Trayce Jackson-Davis, Brandin, and draft picks. The money has to work in the salary cap CBA, as you're seeing down below, for first apron cap space. So Markkanen for Draymond, I think is a fair trade. Obviously, you're getting a player much younger. He's 28, been in the NBA for 8 years. Not the same defensive talent, of course, but a good stretch shooter. Kind of somebody who would be a good fit next to Steph and Jimmy. Now, again, maybe they do a Jimmy Butler for Lauri trade. I don't think so. Utah's trying to tank and get younger. Why are they getting Jimmy? That would just be the complete opposite. So again, no, do Jimmy for Lauri. No, you have to look at it from the team perspective. That's not going to work. Lauri did not play as much last season. He had some injuries, but also, again, Utah was trying to go for the Cooper Flag sweepstakes, and they lost. You only played 47 games. So is this also somebody you want to trade for who hasn't played a full season ever? Most he's ever played is 68 games his rookie year. Since then, he's missed about 20, 30 games a year. Jimmy Butler's pretty durable. Draymond's pretty durable. Steph is pretty durable. I don't know, folks. Yeah, his points went down again. He wasn't playing as much towards the end of the season as Utah was trying to get the highest draft pick to get Cooper Flag. Now, again, I just don't think this is a great trade for the Warriors. If you look at the money or you look at the stats. We look at the roster right now. Let's go to the depth chart. Again, this is very fluid, obviously, with the unknown of Jonathan Kuminga. Looney's a free agent. GP2's a free agent. I put out the report the other day that it looks like GP2 may be coming back. Mutual interest on a cheaper deal. I saw people commenting, no, we don't want GP2. But again, if you can get a player who's in the system, locker room guy, knows the offense and defense, and is a good chemistry for like $5 million, that is a steal in today's NBA. Not having to integrate into the team, not having to learn the new system, the new home, all goes with it. And somebody who will make Steph happy, Draymond happy, Jimmy happy because they like him around. Those are the intangibles that you have to think about as well. Now, I don't think Podziemski should be starting next to Curry. I think he needs to come off the bench, and you need to get a better shooting guard. Obviously, we had DeAnthony Melton, had the torn ACL, was a great fit next to Curry. Maybe he comes back after, in this offseason, he was on a 1-year deal. Buddy needs to come off the bench. Jimmy, Draymond. So I think Jimmy pops up the small forward, Draymond the power forward, and we need to get a proper center in there to help this team. Is Lauri Markkanen a proper center? Technically, they have him at 7 foot 240 playing center, but he does play outside the rim more. He's not really known as a rim protector. You see here, not even a blocking game at 7 foot. Rebounding, fell this year. 6 rebounds a game. Never averaged double digits in rebounds at 7 foot. So I don't think he's the right fit for the Warriors when you look at the money and the pace. I do like Brandon. Again, Brandon is still on his rookie contract. So you're getting Brandon for only $3 million. And he produced you 12 points a game at $3 million. That's a good steal. That's a good deal. Now it needs to be in a better situation where he's not having so much pressure. We saw what happened in the playoffs. But again, maybe the injuries were affecting him. But I like that Brandon's getting healthy. Wish him all the best, of course. And I'm happy to not have to talk about Lauri, hopefully moving forward. Comment your thoughts, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.